41, I'm Mark Clay.
And I'm Jodianne Thompson. Thanks for joining us tonight. An Independence woman returned home from vacation only to find everything in her home gone.
It wasn't the thief who removed everything she owned, but a legitimate company. 41 Action News investigator Melissa Yeager found it's happened before. Melissa.
Well, Mark and Jodianne, the troubling part of what we found is this mistake happens to you. There is very little you can do about it other than to hire a lawyer and head to court.
Everything was just completely gone.
Returning home from vacation in April of 2011 to find her things missing and home damaged, Nicole Coram called the police. Surprisingly, officers told her they visited her home just days earlier after calls came in from neighbors. Nicole says police then told her what the company on her doorstep told them.
And he said, hey, I had an order. I work for Safeguard, deal with them.
Safeguard Properties cleans out foreclosed homes for major banks. Baffled because she had a current lease and had paid on time, Nicole says she called the company hoping to correct the mix-up.
And she said, well, it's all out in the dump. She goes, we don't keep that. We don't put that in storage. And I think that's when it really settled in.
All of Nicole's things tossed in the trash.
Just to tell my 7-year-old little boy, all your toys are gone. I mean, it was awful.
Imagine having your family heirlooms, something you want to hand on to your children or whatever, and all of a sudden, one day, all of that is snatched from you.
Attorney Tony Stein represents 3 separate families who have all had their homes cleaned out by Safeguard Properties, he says by mistake.
We've seen this happen in 2010, 2011, 2012. This behavior continues to repeat itself. And we really have to ask ourselves, why is this happening?
In Missouri, if someone's living in a property, you have to come here and get a court order to have them evicted and then have a sheriff's deputy carry out that eviction. But some contractors just look to see if someone's living in the property, and if they don't think there is, they go in. Internal memos posted on Safeguard's own website show the company has repeatedly received complaints after contractors made the wrong call. Memos from 2003, 2005, 2007, and as recently as 2011 remind contractors to look for signs the property is occupied before entering. One memo from 2005 even states the company will have to make costly settlements because, quote, the simple fact that unauthorized entry into an occupied property makes Safeguard's position difficult to defend. And indeed, 41 Action News found lawsuits filed not only here in Missouri, but across the country in Ohio, Florida, Colorado, and Maryland. In several cases, like Nicole's, neighbors called police, but officers refused to get involved, calling it a civil matter.
The police are being called and they're not taking out criminal reports. The prosecutors in our counties are not getting involved.
Leaving people like Nicole searching for answers on their own.
I'm always going to have that thought. I don't have my daughter's baby book. I mean, I don't have, pictures, stuff that can never be replaced.
And we contacted Safeguard Properties, who declined our request for an on-camera interview. A spokeswoman told us instances of error are rare compared to the amount of work the company performs. She says they take careful steps to verify the accuracy of property information before taking any action, that contractors follow hundreds of policies and procedures to assure accuracy, quality, and timeliness. I'm investigator Melissa Yeager, 41 Action News.